Now, how about some National League Central news and a couple moves that have happened, and a National League Central player, Bryan Reynolds, and an update on his Pittsburgh's discussions with the Yankees and exactly what they're looking for. So, if you haven't heard this stuff yet, by the way, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I don't want you missing discussions on this type of stuff, moves to this stuff, and if you enjoy the content, it's greatly appreciated, and subscribing is the only thing you need to do to stay on top of everything. So, I thank you for both. But, so, Tucker Barnhart, okay, he was signed with the Chicago Cubs today for a 2-year deal. Second year is a player option, so it's a 1-year deal with a second-year player option. He's guaranteed $6.5 million, but he's got incentives that could push it to $9.5 million. So Wilson Contreras is, well, the Cubs found their replacement right now for Wilson Contreras. I thought Gary Sanchez might have had a shot at going there, but I still think he's going to wind up in Miami for some reason. So, or even Colorado, something like that. So maybe they can take advantage of the power he does have in his bat. So, Cubs made a move, and the Reds made 2 moves. Okay, the Reds have signed Kurt Casale, who's a catcher, to a 1-year deal, and utility guy Will Myers. He's been around for a while, going to the Tampa Bay Rays. He was with the Padres for the last, 7-8 years. He just finished off a big contract there. They signed him to a deal as well. It's a 1-year deal for $7.5 million, and with a $1.5 million buyout on the option, so there's a second-year option as well. So the Reds made 2 moves, and in a corresponding move, they DFA'd Mike Moustakas. And there was a lot of folks that said that the Yankees should look for him for third baseman. I don't see the point right now in doing it, but I mean, it sounds as if they're stuck with Josh Donaldson. But keep in mind, Brian Cashman's never going to say these guys are not, our starters, him, KF, or Hicks, or whatever. That's just going to destroy any value for a trade. So they're still trying to trade him, okay? And it makes sense. They need to. So, and I'm not sure if I see them eating money like the Mets have been doing. I mean, the Mets are eating, I think, upwards of $30 million just on 2 contracts alone this offseason. So, and probably more to begin with after that. And Robinson Cano comes off the books, and a couple other guys will come off the books as well. And James McCann as well, who they just traded to the Orioles. So quietly improving team too. They brought in Adam Frazier and all these other guys. So, but now let's pivot to the meat and potatoes here. Bryan Reynolds. Okay, what we're hearing is that the Pittsburgh Pirates are looking for a top starting pitcher. Okay, to headline the deal, not a position player. So that could be put the Yankees at a disadvantage. Okay, because the Yankees are heavily involved in these talks. And it sounds, they've got Luis Hill, they've got some other guys, but he's coming off Tommy John. They've got Clark Schmidt, they've got Luis Hill, but Clark Schmidt, who else? Davey Garcia and some other folks. They've got Will Warren and even some other guys, Clayton Beater, but I'm not sure they're going to want to fork up a lot of these guys. But I'm hearing a couple guys here. The Dodgers have Bobby Miller, the Blue Jays have Ricky Tiedemann. These guys are top 40 MLB prospects, so they could be at an advantage there. And these teams are apparently heavily interested in Bryan Reynolds as well. So, Yankees are going to have to come up with some kind of good package here. And apparently it's his preferred destination, Bryan Reynolds, but they are not close to any type of trade, despite what these reports or these speculatory posts are saying. They're not close to anything right now, at least as far as we know. So, but that's the update with Bryan Reynolds. They're looking to for a pitching heavy package. Now, the Yankees can offer both, but obviously their position players are much higher ranked than these pitchers from the other teams, so that's an advantage Yankees. So, but we'll see at the end of the day what happens. But I can't see Volpe being part of this year because the Yankees turned down 7 all-star shortstops over the last 2 years to keep Volpe. So I can't see him being traded for an outfielder. It just doesn't make any sense at all. But I can see them moving Peraza or Dominguez. The only way, personally, I move both of them is if David Bednar's coming back in the deal, too. I'm also hearing potential three-team trade options as well with the Marlins and some other folks, but no details aside from that. But that's what we got going on in the Bryan Reynolds sweepstakes. I will keep you updated on everything, and that's what has happened so far in the National League West today. I'll keep it coming. Talk to you later.